His character's still developing. Shippuden's not the end of his character. It was never going to be. That's the thing about Sasuke as a character, you know? So,
Oh yeah. By the way, just because he said that reminded me. Soul Eater, the reason the ending was so absolute shit is because they did an ending that wasn't what the creator wanted, because there was supposed to be more. Like, the story of Soul Eater goes on way intense, super good in the manga, but the anime, they just said, hey, yo, we gotta wrap this shit up. Like,
yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one that, you know, that thought the ending of Soul Eater was bullshit. But
yeah,
that's a common opinion amongst all the Soul Eater fans.
Yeah, that it's an ass ending. I agree. I can't defend it. It's such a stupid ass ending. Like, they ended it so poorly, so quickly, because they just needed to wrap it up. They's like, hey, we ain't got no more budget. I don't know what the reason was, but like, we gotta done. We gotta
I gotta end this shit.
Like, hey, you know how the manga goes on with this great phenomenal story, like with like crazy. But power of friendship, punch him in the face, let's go, wrap it up.
I was so mad at the ending. I was just like,
that just him saying Sasuke's story doesn't end in Shippuden. It just reminded me of that, and I don't think I ever mentioned that all the way back when we were talking about Soul Eater and endings and stuff like that. So I just wanted to re-bring that up just in case anyone is, you know, listen to this full thing. I don't know how Herbert's going to cut this, or if he's just going to post what is now I think about 3-hour thing.
This is 1 hour and 50.
But I don't know, like, yeah. So,
but it will be cut up in 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like, to me, Sasuke, I mean, we'll move on from Sasuke because I do believe his character, like, as you say, I don't disbelieve you that his character developed more in Boruto. It's just in Shippuden, I feel like he refused. Like, it's great to do your own thing, to follow your own path and stuff like that, but input and advice from like elders and others and like growing up isn't a bad thing. Sasuke was so stubborn. It was like he was a little kid. When he went off to Orochi, he literally, like, Orochi was just going to brainwash him. He was going to, like, make it, yeah, you the greatest, Sasuke. Like, let me teach you all this stuff. Like, but, like, there wasn't going to be anyone who was going to, like, you know, discipline him, really. Like, Orochi was just feeding into, like, his ego and stuff like that. So, like, at the end, like right when Naruto saw Sasuke for the first time, Sasuke was so smug. Like, he went quick as fuck and, like, put his arm, like, on, like, Naruto's, like, shoulder and shit like that. Like, bro, he was smug as shit in that scene. But, like, Itachi was trying to, like, tell him, hey, man, like, sometimes stuff in the world ain't fair. You know, we got to do this. All the Hokage of, like, prior were trying to, like, teach him and explain their reasoning and all this other stuff. And he just said, cool, I'm going to still do what I've been doing. Like, and at some point, that's determination. That's admirable. But, like, he never really, like, grew up. Like, he never really acknowledged the other sides. He just said, cool, why'd you waste my time talking? Now I'm going to go do what I wanted to do. Like, he never really... Like, at least in Shippuden. That's why, like, if I watched that, I might agree. Sasuke might be raw, but he just kind of edgelord, man. Like,
yeah, he's too emo. Like,
it was, I'm gonna do it my way, and if you don't like it, damn bad.
Yeah. Like I'm actually in.
He has a reason to be that way.
It's almost kind of to like a whiny extent.
but it's exactly. I ain't gonna flex.
Did.
Nigga, oh yeah, because Naruto family is so much alive.
Naruto's
family so much alive.
Herbert. The difference, and they do put this a lot into the show. Sasuke says, you don't know my pain, Naruto. You may not have had a family growing up, but you never knew your family and saw them butchered before your eyes like I did. However, Gaara certainly had his family member try to kill him.
Naruto cooked him out of that mindset. He headbutted that nigga, like, stop tweaking.
Yeah.
He literally headbutted him to say, hey, yo, all right, I'm going to be a good guy now. I got
crazy how Gaara went through the exact same thing Sasuke was and was able to be reasoned with from literally a psycho serial killer into a rational human being.
No. His case, no, that's cap. That's straight cap. Because they're completely different.
How?
Like Naruto's case and Gaara's case are completely different from Sasuke's case. Let me explain this. Gaara literally, his own way that he worked was based on who he could beat, who was stronger than him. Mm-hmm. At the time, nobody was touching him. Legit, the only person that got to him was Naruto. And when Naruto beat him in that fight, Gaara started to think about and change. Whereas with Sasuke, his arc didn't, like, Gaara literally, when we first saw him and his development, it's like 2 arcs, right? Sasuke went through all that from the beginning to half of Shippuden. His whole ordeal, he got watched by Itachi. So his bloodthirst, his lust to get stronger was 100% there. And then even when he beat Itachi, he was like, all right, I finally did it. But then he realized, that's why they had Obito come in, right? You know, he was Toby at the time with the mask on. Legit told him, hey, yo, it wasn't really Itachi's fault that it had to be this way. And then you also forgetting about the fight with Kabuto, Itachi, and Sasuke, because that gave Sasuke the idea to even like push himself to go further to the battlefield. Because Itachi said, do whatever you think is best for you now, before he freaking faded into the light. So like with Sasuke, his motivations for why things he does is different from how Gaara's is. Because like, yeah, you got to also realize people react to things differently. Like everybody, I could say like, oh, for most of my parts of my life, I didn't have my mother or father in my life, right? And I'm still here. To someone else, unfortunately, they may potentially end up doing, you know, suicide or something like that. People handle things differently. And that's how you make multiple characters. Because if you make multiple characters act the same way, it's boring.
No, you're absolutely right about that. You have to have
it's not that it's boring. It's that people wouldn't do that in real life. Because I lost my father at a young age. Well, don't see me
just an anime
or jumping off a building or some shit like that. No,
that's you though.
Right? No. But that's what I'm saying. Anime isn't a far cry from real life. They want these characters to be relatable to everyday people like me and you and everybody else.
You project yourself onto those characters.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is that's the reason we're just talking about who the best characters. I understand what Sasuke's motivation.
Well, who's your best character? He explained who his is and why. No. I know. I'm saying he explained who his is and why Sasuke is his favorite. You're giving him a hard time just because you're like, but Sasuke not best character. That's his best character, though.
Okay. Like, I mean, but yeah, because it's a discussion.
Okay.
I mean, like,
okay.
Again, Herbert, Avatar, Panda, like, I'm just doing all this for the sake of discussion, like kind of like a devil's advocate. If at any point I'm saying something like getting people actually like frustrated, just let me know.
Oh no, I don't think anybody's frustrated.
Okay. But I mean, I can't. No matter what I say, if that's your favorite character, especially with your knowledge of Boruto, I can't change that. Like that is who you like. I can't remember what the initial like trigger was for the conversation, but like. I mean, maybe if I like play it back and listen, because I'll probably listen to this podcast myself, or recording or whatever you want to call it, segments. But yeah, I mean, Sasuke is cool. It just he kind of frustrates me sometimes with just the stubbornness a little.
But that's the problem. That's the point. You're supposed to feel that way. That's why Sasuke is. That's the Uchiha trait anyway. Like that's the thing I'm trying to get across. Like by Sasuke being raised by no one, his motivations can be flip floppy because he never had a direction to begin with. He only had one thing in mind.
Wait, so if that's the Uchiha trait, is that why Naruto with the Uzumaki trait of sealing just latches on to Sasuke to no fucking end?
No.
Yeah, but like, I mean,
go ahead.
people say Sasuke didn't have anybody. Like Kakashi tried to be there for him. Like
yeah, but that's no. That's like that in real life. Like
no, that's
not a good example.
Yeah,
because
no,
in real life. Like for
have
example, let me give you a real life example. I've had friends that go, "Hey yo, ain't nobody here for me," and I'm sitting right next to you. Why you tweet that? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a real life example. Like just because somebody tried to be there, don't mean they actually succeeded or they are there.
And now, here's another thing I wanna like add on to Avatar's point because or Yaya's point, because like. People can be there for you, but just like real life, you have to want them to be there for you. Like people can try to help you, but until you want to help yourself, it's a lost cause. The reason people keep trying to be there for you is for when you eventually do want the help. Because as soon as if they're giving up on themselves, once you give up on them, there's no one trying to make them go towards a winning cause. That's some real life shit right there. So like, I could sort of see how his point. That's why Naruto is a fucking goat, dude. No matter how much everyone said Sasuke's evil, dude, we just gotta take care of him, man. He abandoned the village, all this stuff. Sasuke gave up on himself at every single fucking point, but Naruto said, "Nah, man, I'm gonna get him back." Like he never gave up on Sasuke. Like that's
then he made a promise.
Admirable stuff. No matter how much fucking Sasuke shot him down, like all this shit. Like, dude, Sasuke was going through some shit, and Naruto at every step was trying to be like, bro, I'm gonna bring you back, man. Come on. Like, that's like a micro, like, I think that's kind of slept on now that I think about it. Like,
yeah, I mean, there are people who do make that argument for Naruto quite a bit, right? Because from normal perspective, right? From a normal human perspective, how much are you willing to go to bat for a person before you just say they're a lost cause, right? Naruto is a shining example of someone willing to go through hell and hot water for a friend, show them how much they are there for. And for a long time, that felt like me, for instance, because I was willing to go that distance and for them to the degree where it could hurt me. On numerous occasions, Naruto took a beating for that nigga to say, hey, Sasuke's not as bad as the guy as you guys make him out to be. And like, nigga, he literally tried to murder us. Not a bad guy. He's going through a rough time. I gotta be a... Nah, that nigga's a murderer. Fuck him. Right? But he kept trying to keep dragging his hurt because that's what friend, right? Try to keep that person as squeaky as possible. Power make people otherwise. Nigga literally assaulted the 5 Kages and tried to kill them, and then they was like yeah, he's a war criminal. Oh, that's my friend. What? Nigga, he tried to kill all of us in here. Yeah, but that's still my friend. Come on, guys. Like, yeah, at least let me talk to him. No, nigga, we is killing him the next time we see him.
Yeah, that's some real shit. But like,
that's just how loyal of a person Naruto was.
Bro, Naruto's dedication be something else. This man literally stood there
and like poked fun at that. Like,
oh yeah, that was always been the
cut out for me.
Yeah.
What was that, Panda? It cut out for me. I couldn't quite hear you.
I said I like how Meat Canyon kind of poked fun at that. The fact that like he was so loyal to him.
Yeah, bro. Because like
I don't know if you've seen that video, but it's hilarious.
On some real right man. Remember? I don't know. Naruto's like. When Naruto says he doing something, he just like Sasuke. He doing it. Like he do not give a fuck. Like, bro, he stood there and took hands from a female for like entirely too damn long until she was satisfied and said, "Damn, you kind of crazy. Just standing here and let me beat on you because you not gonna tell me where Sasuke is."
But it wasn't so much. He wasn't going to tell her. It was more like, I want him to atone for this. Because at the time, they didn't know if Killer Bee was alive or dead. Kill it. pissed off that if Sasuke didn't show up, Killer Bee would still be in the village. So the tone for Sasuke's action, he allowed her to beat the living shit out of him. And all of the Leaf Village is sitting there. They're watching him get his ass whooped by a Cloud Ninja. And I'm telling them, not interfere, do not jump in. Her venting her frustration. It was
kind of to a tone, like in Naruto's mind it was to a tone, but she was like, bro, just tell me where the fuck he is. I'm going for that man. Nope, just take it out on me. Keep hitting me. She says, don't mind if I do. Bah, 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 bah. Damn, he's already dead.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah. But
alright, so Yaya gave his character. I think he was the only one that actually gave his character. Now didn't have.
Man, so, I don't like the way you said Howard, man. I was just having a debate.
I'm fine. I was just saying, you just hounded my man's on his Sasuke pick. Alright, so tell us a little bit why you picked Kakashi.
I just always found him kind of interesting, like, you know, like he's kind of the dude, like, you know, chilling in the background, like, you know, and you know, he knows that he's good, you know, kind of thing. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, I guess I mean, really, that's why I like him, and like, I mean, he has some pretty badass moments.
That's true. He actually has, I think, second most screen time on second or third. He has the most.
Yeah, that's because low-key, he there for like everyone, dude. He there for his people, like he's just there like always to help people out, man. He care a lot for companions.
Yeah, he's just a cool character, like, you know, like I don't know. I mean, I can't think of anybody else that like is more interesting than him, like, to be honest.
So, like, what particularly gravitated you to character?
What gravitated to me is, I guess, is when he fought Zabuza. Like,
oh, okay.
I just thought it was really badass. Like when he brought out the Chidori, I was like, that's like a cool fucking attack. I think that was the moment where I was like, yeah, he's my favorite now. Because it was just like, at the time, like, you know, it was just like so badass, like, you know.
It was my.
Yeah, man, that Chidori be taking names.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you play your. And Bam.
So it's Shikamaru, man. Shikamaru, like, bro, he like, dude, where do I begin? He a badass, bro. He a normal person, just 9,000 IQ, still be taking members of the Akatsuki because of prep time, dude. He Batman, like, dude. He knows he couldn't win against Hiden, so he set up like the whole trap for him. Like, that was raw. The fact that low-key, I mean, they could say whatever they want and stuff like that. And Naruto say, like, everyone say Sasuke's Naruto's best friend and stuff like that. And I mean, there are many cases for it, but like, low-key Shikamaru, like, Naruto's best friend. Like, bro, like, when Naruto was depressed and like shit like that, like, and it's also because Shikamaru's parents were kind of cool too. They're like, oh, that's the demon fox. He's like, because Shikamaru's like, yo, why does everyone hate this kid? Like, I play with him on the playground. He don't seem that bad to me. Oh, because the demon fox, like, but he still like kind of like hung around with Naruto and gave him like some companionship and friendship when he was young. Sort of helped him get like through his stuff. Like, he's Naruto's right hand man now. Like, he just is overall just like he doing everything right, in my opinion.
Like he's one of Naruto's like best friends. Like,
dude, you know? That's what I'm saying. He's Naruto's like best friend. Like, everyone says it's Sasuke, but like, he connected with Sasuke because they were through the same shit. You could connect with a person, but Shikamaru like always been there for Naruto as a friend as a kid when he had no friends. Right now as his right hand man in like Boruto, he's raw as shit. Like, bro, he take care of his people. He said, "Bro, you took Asuma, you took one of mine. I'm coming for one of yours." Like, dude, that's the most gangster shit. Like, because he's not strong. He's not strong, but he's a fucking genius. And like, he took Hiden out. Like, he literally took out basically what is almost like a god. Like, to be honest, like
pretty much like he's like fucking immortal, so like he can't die.
Yeah.
He figured out a way to do it.
He said that's cool. You could be immortal at the bottom of a fucking pit. That's savage, dude.
Here, I'm gonna chop you up, and then like you're gonna sit down in that pit forever.
You know what's funny? Not mine. I could ruin that whole scene for you.
Oh, you could ruin the whole Shikamaru scene?
That scene?
Yeah.
If you know the actual lore, you would be like...
If I know the actual what? You're kind of quiet.
Lore.
Lore?
Yeah. Because, like... There's a thing that happens in Boruto that kills the coolness of that scene.
Oh, I mean...
So that's why I'm like...
Oh, okay. I
don't even make that his best moment in the series. It's one of the coolest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. At the time, that was like really badass to watch. Like,
yeah, I mean, at the time, he's really laid back, and he's nothing special, but he does special things. Like, that's why
he used his sensei's lighter too. He's like,
bro, that was like, I don't care, bro. You could kill his achievement, but you can't kill the drip in that scene. Like,
yeah, that was,
bro.
Love it.
You can kill the achievement, but you can't kill the drip, man. He balled out for that scene right there.
Oh, man. But what were y'all saying? What were you saying?
I don't know, and I just think he's like in a battle of gods and like the Sanin and all this other crazy shit. He is like one of the most humanistic aspects of it. He's lazy. He doesn't like work. But when it comes to his people, he will put that effort in. He doesn't want to, but he will put it in anyways because he ride for his people, he died for his people, man. Like, yeah. Dude, it's super admirable to me. Like, he's making all the right moves, man. Like, I mean, I don't think he's not as controversial. He's not as strong, but like he's smart and like. He would rather just chill on the porch playing shogi, man. Like, that's like us, man. We go in, we put this work in every day like we need to, but
go and chill.
That's what we want to do, but like, and we'll probably never be the protagonist of some great story, but friends, and we're gonna like, we're gonna like do what we need to and shit like that. Like, I don't know. I think he's never gonna be an outstanding character, but he just is great at all qualities. You know what
I mean? I think he's like my second most favorite character, like as far as interesting characters.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like people like to say, "Oh, Naruto" and stuff like that, but like, man, he got like this demon fox inside of him. Even now, they're friends. He blown up mountains and stuff like that. Shikamaru's like, "I got a shadow." But he ain't trying to flex. He ain't comparative. He's just super chill. That's what I appreciate. He's chill, but he's still badass. He does what he needs to and gets it done. Like, can't say more than that, man.
Yep.
But
I very much agree.
Yeah. So for me, I was saying a little bit earlier, I had personally resonated Naruto. Accurate. Since I had went back to go watch this newfound fondness Kashi, because reminds me of how allowing yourself to be. I guess being a little personal here, there were times where I would harbor like a lot of stuff that would be going on in my personal life. And instead of letting it outward where I am matters, I would self. Long run, that doesn't help anyone out at all. By him doing that, had a lot of deaths life from back when he Ambu Black Ops, some of his earlier days.
Mm-hmm.
He was more open, if honest. Some of that stuff supported. Life and stuff. But he had a hard time expressing that. Grew up time period where that wasn't okay. His father literally committed suicide. Honored because he had went to go save his friend. And the people that he saved wasn't even appreciative what he did for them. So imagine that. You went out of your way to save these people, and your ninja honor on the line for them. You were dishonored as a ninja, and they wasn't even appreciative of what you did for them. You lost everything. And they didn't even say thank you. They spat in your face because you did what you did.
Pretty much.
That hit home for me. Because I did a lot for people who didn't deserve what they got it from me. I was the one who suffered from that situation happening. That didn't stop Kakashi from Kakashi. Kakashi dealt with it, harbored it, instead of letting that control him. Moved on with his life. It did limit his interactions with him, but it did also from hating people. Well, never trusting people. So he had a similar story to both like Naruto, Sasuke, Gaara, and them, but the way he went about handling
he handled it a lot better than they did.
Yeah.
Like,
the younger years of Kakashi, that nigga did a whole lot of outlashing. Let me put it to you like that. When he was running in the Black Ops,
not to the extent of like, you know, like Naruto and Sasuke, like, you know,
when that nigga was in the Ambu Black Ops.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That is true. Yeah,
when
he was kind of
the missions that they had gave that man. He took it with pleasure. Did not care.
He was a giant asshole to Obito too. So
yeah, because he was well, no, I don't think he ever got the chance to work with Captain. He was training Itachi.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, you know, around when Obito was there, you know.
Oh yeah. But he had more of a Sasuke type of mentality. But he was still open or I guess he was still an introvert, but he was more open to running to.
Yeah.
It was only after Obito had died. The only person who tried to break him out of his guy, tried to let guy in, like maybe a smidget, but nowhere near as close as his relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think as everyone see, and that's another great thing about Naruto too. Just like, because going on your point that like your favorite used to be Naruto, but now it's Kakashi, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's great about Naruto is because of the vast cast that they have. Like, I'm not like your character can change freely, like who your favorite is, just based on who you are as a person at that point in time or your life. Like, your favorite was Naruto, and then it was Kakashi because you relate more to him. I think one of my favorite people, I'm sure Naruto was my favorite at some point, and then Neji came along, and my God, I loved Neji and Hinata and Byakugan and all that.
Top 3.
Bro, Neji, Byakugan, all that stuff, man, dude, it was, I loved it, dude. Then Shikamaru got his shine. Like, you're able to just, like, people think, oh, favorite now and for life. Like, no, man, like, you could change it up, like, and that's what's great about the show. Like, it literally just covers so much that, like, yeah, it's crazy, man.
Well, onto, and we already kind of touched on this, but onto like character matchup. Hypothetical matchup that a lot of people Hachi.
Oh yeah, I would have loved to see that.
Other fantasized fight that first. Right when he first showed up to the where he fight.
Sorry, I got distracted with a message. I apologize, Gary. I know we're supposed to be doing podcasts. What was the conversation topic?
We were saying hypothetical fights.
I honestly think like they should have like I wish they would have like expanded on Shisui's like story, like
yes.
You know.
But he suffered from a thing that the writer and a lot of writers broken character syndrome, where a character that even though they live in a world where advanced technology, advanced medical techniques, all this type of shit is, but they still can't heal the character. So
I'm drawing a complete fucking blank. Who the fuck is Shusui again?
I was.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So there were 3 broken ninjas. The writer just didn't want to write for it. Never did. Kimimaru. Number 2. Todokage. Todokage had all the tech. First Hokage and the second Hokage mastered. He just never felt like writing for him. Always drew him.
I'm back. I think for me, what I want to see. Oh, I know what should have happened. I wanted to see Itachi versus Madara.
Itachi versus.
The reason why is because Kishimoto said at one point, one of the few people that could logically probably be able to take out Madara would have been Itachi. Itachi was broken.
Even brought that up to a conversation.
Right. I would have loved to see that happen. What I really wanted to happen was I wanted to see adult Lee versus adult Neji. It could have been like just a little sparring battle or something like that, and I would have been cool with it.
That would have been dope.
You know, what's another fight? I got to see the one I wanted to see. It's in Boruto.
Both of those two are really good. Because for me personally, I think off top, I think probably would have got in his. Because only off the fact that he already worried about the. Mm-hmm. So he was worried about him in the fingers and better. Granted, Neji did well, but he only got more proficient. Whereas he learns how to. I don't think that nigga won. let alone 6 of them.
Yeah, my question now is, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible, what's Byakugan going to do? Does it just see the fist coming faster at his face?
Byakugan allows you the path that you're opposing. Something similar to how the Sharingan telegraphs where they happen. Yeah. It's similar to that notion. Except
I was going to say, does it have that power? Can it see, like, because
it predicts it.
Yeah. Okay, you can predict with Byakugan. Okay, I was wondering if it was more like you can just see this chakra points, like you could see like really far away.
Nope. You can see the chakra points. You on this.
Okay.
And you can try to accordingly, but it only gets.
Yeah.
So
well, no, it doesn't.
No. That's what I'm saying. If you go underneath him, I can no longer see. So I can't predict you out of my field.
I don't know about that. No. It's not field of vision.
It can't.
He can see behind him too, besides that little cone. Because remember the spider dude? He was able to block everything, but there was the one little blind spot that the Byakugan has.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that Neji has.
No, that's Byakugan. That's the hidden weak spot of the Byakugan. The one blind spot in their vision.
Because if I remember correctly, he ended up not having that. Got rid of that blind spot. That was something.
Oh yeah, he did.
Didn't have that. As But
I don't think it can. See, I'm looking at the official wiki. Again, it's wiki, so whatever. But official wiki, I don't think it can predict like the Sharingan.
No,
but
it cannot.
But it gives them the upper edge to be able to like. They get heightened senses. They're crack. It's like crack. If crack was a jutsu.
Crack was a jutsu.
Crack
like,
no jutsu.
For instance.
Wait, no.
I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any form of Hinata that.
Yep, exactly.
Not like they say. Oh yeah, Hinata is probably the most useful.
So wait. Question. So you think Hinata don't want no smoke from Sakura, but Neji would just blast Sakura?
Yes.
I don't know about that one.
No. Sakura watching.
I don't see Sakura.
Sakura is actually pretty broken.
Okay.
So
hypothetical. So let's get the hypothetical battle.
Okay.
We finally reached the impasse where there are some that say. So hypothetically, what offensive capability is Sakura bringing? Just
dude, that's all you need, raw power, dude.
Okay, so
Tsunade is a legendary Sanin with raw power.
Yeah, but how many fights does she?
Everyone she been in?
Damn near.
Tsunade did not win all her fights.
No, she didn't. Like,
okay, to be fair, the important one, she got the W's.
No. Naruto helped her out in the first fight that she.
That was trauma.
Who's still alive though?
So we use those. We use those.
No, don't hit me with that. It's a ninja world, and you somebody help you. You're still alive. You won.
Oh,
I don't care if you threw a kunai. You was there in the corner. You know, like that fight with Iruka Sensei at the very first episode, and Naruto sauced him. He won that fight. Iruka ain't do nothing, but just stalled. So Naruto decided to read a piece of paper and got to cooking. That count. I ain't going. You take a W as a W. The same way niggas be, the same way people be in college, C's get them degrees. Yeah, get that W.
Now, here's my thing though, bro. Raw power is sometimes all you need, bro. Like, because basically Sakura had her own future. She punched the ground, she found guy. I mean,
so in a 1v1 scenario, There is no outside sources being at play. It is literally Sakura versus Neji. Neji has 8 trigrams. He has the air palm. Cut off her chakra network. Right. And
question: if he doesn't cut off every single one, could she heal her chakra network?
No. You can overflow your chakra network with chakra reserves. Does have that to her advantage with diamond that's put on her.
Yeah, she has that big healing jutsu. She has the fucking summoning jutsu, and she has hands.
Oh
dude.
yeah, no. So I will say that. Well, for one, to heal, you have to be given a moment's. So that means
no. That's the beautiful part of that mark on her fucking forehead. No, she does not. She is passively healing constantly with that mark.
That's a gap because she's almost on the verge of death when she went against Sesori.
Yeah, but she ain't really have that mark then.
Yes, she did.
Did she? Hold on, dude, I need some Carfax on this. I'm looking it up right now.
I need some Carfax.
She didn't even use the diamond like that.
She didn't. Hold on. I'm watching it right now.
I don't know if he have. Yeah. I don't hear the echo.
Yep, nope. She didn't got the diamond in that Sasori fight. She ain't happy. I just watched it.
Am I still echoing?
No.
I don't hear it.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to bring back because I was trying to talk, but I was muted by Brandon, so he couldn't hear me if I wanted to speak up. But
I just wanted to.
I just wanted to ask you a question about the filling part. Do you think it would have been better if he had to hold out the filling part until like after the whole series was over, or do you feel like it would have been better if he kept it that way? Because I feel like the reason why I feel like if he kept it that way was good because I don't know if a lot of people have enough time to watch the original Naruto and just like, because like I think people started to watch Naruto when the war was starting and like because I guess the fights were more intensive because a lot of people that I know been focused on the war, this like these are the best parts, like, and people tend to like say that the original Naruto is the best, but like that's like the roots, like that's like that was just like the whole prologue until we actually got to the real stuff. Like it was really more interesting, like we got to understand the child development from ground zero to teenage, and that's what everybody was like.
I mean, I don't feel like every original is always better than but I will say Naruto. So overall and Naruto didn't have any plot holes.
I feel like they tried to pull a Digimon. Like people really and this is a personal thing. I really like I really like the first season of Digimon. I don't like really past that. I liked the main characters, and I know it's they grow up, That's fine. You are entitled to your opinion. I didn't like it. I wish they would have kept the characters. The characters could have grown up in teenagers instead of middle schoolers, but I wish they would have kept the characters. You know what I mean? Like they could grow up, but just like
keep the characters.
I mean, they had like fucking guest appearances. They wasn't really in that shit.
Yes, they were. That's how I know you didn't watch. They were there. They were active in series 2. Then they rebooted them again on Try. It was about them again, and now
don't get me started.
And then in the most recent update of the show, they rebooted the series again with the same cast. They're the only cast that has been getting spotlight. What are you talking about? Just because of people like you. Who I'm only interested in the original.
I'll be real. It's the same. I pulled a Naruto, dude. I saw it wasn't them, and I was kind of like, meh, and I didn't finish it. You're right. You're absolutely right. But
no, side note, I am off the Digimon wave until 2 things: Digimon Survive, and they give me my Tamers remake. I don't care. I'm done.
But see, that's what I'm saying. If he did keep watching it, Season 1 wouldn't have never been his favorite because Digimon Tamers is arguably the best Digimon series that had ever came into existence for Digimon. Not only was the writing phenomenal, the character development amazing.
What's great.
And the world development and the other the gimmick of the show, which was the card system.
Are you talking about the 3rd season?
Yes.
Yes.
That shit was fucking.
I guess I gotta go back and watch that because like
the 3rd season is slap.
Something I definitely gotta go back and watch.
Well, I mean, like, because at the time I watched it when I was a kid, I didn't like it. So like,
yeah, but that was like I feel like most of the shows
dark.
nowadays
It was really dark and it was hard to understand if you were a kid at first. But not even just that, it was like there was a lot of concepts that they had put in there that wasn't for us at the time. Like we wouldn't have never got it right away based on the dialogue.
Okay.
But wasn't it most shows though?
Yeah.
Like most shows had that. Like, cause I think
Pokemon kept it pretty childish throughout their whole entire anime.
No, yeah. But like I'm saying, like getting to like watching these other series, like that wasn't like mainstream like Pokemon, because I feel like a lot of times everybody was like, I don't know if I can't really validate if everybody was trying to make an anime because Pokemon was like successful and Cowboy Bebop was successful, you know, like it was like
Cowboy Bebop was intended for adults in the
but I feel like but like I found out about Cowboy Bebop because no, not through Toonami, but like because my mom heard about it. You know, like she was like, "Oh, like no, like literally, like my mom heard about it. Like that's how I found out about it."
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, like I don't either.
But like, well, it's like it's the same thing.
This is the breaking news. Let's talk about this now.
No, yeah, but like for a lot of shows growing up. From my perspective, I don't know if I'm pretty sure that most of you are older than me, and I'm the youngest probably. But like when I grew up, it was like you got the shows that the previous generation was already watching. You know, like they were like, oh yeah, like you're like, oh yeah, I grew up on this, like watching it, but like it's not the same version. It was like moderated, and then. Watching that from when I was a kid, I was like, hold on, this sounds pretty dope. But once you really get into it, like deep into it, when you get older, that's when you really found out, like, oh shoot, like this what this really means. So like, you know, and I feel like that's how it was like with most kid shows, because I think once everybody finished watching their favorite series they liked as a kid, and once they really looked into it, they started to realize like, oh shoot, like this is actually slap. Like they started putting like 1 and 2 together. You know, compared to, I can't say for anime nowadays, but for people who are,
I would say, well, this is straying away from the whole Naruto topic that we're talking about. But I'm gonna just say this last piece before we try to transition. Was that Digimon did what Pokemon didn't want to venture off in, which was talk about serious topic that one day you're gonna have to talk about your stuff like death, stuff like depression, stuff like learning how to adjust with the worlds, dealing with responsibility, not being. These were topics that each one of the Destins had to work their way through.
Yeah,
like
that is
not
true.
being accepted, not being quote unquote cool for shit that each one of them had to go through for each one of their different type of perspectives, how they maneuvered their way through. The reason why they spent so much time focused on one of these Destins was to show you how they developed in time. They eventually got to the time. Were grown as hell. This is what they transformed into. This is why Digimon Tri and all that other stuff exists to show us. First started watching. Now,
I haven't seen Tri. It's
just movies. They're movies.
Yeah,
but
they're movies?
yeah, but they're canonical. They're meant for the story.
That last movie, the one they just dropped, crying. Was
It was a powerful story. Digimon has always had a powerful story.
Agumon.
And then you know what? We're gonna talk about that later. That movie I love that movie and it makes me mad at the same time.